Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some very intriguing news in regards to the holiday season, the PlayStation 5, why it actually might be even harder now to go get the PlayStation 5 console itself, some very intriguing holiday searching, basically what people want to go buy, how they're going to want to buy it, and which states are basically kind of the big focus in trying to get their consoles. As well, we also have a part 2 of the video too, where we actually have a very intriguing patent that basically was finally going and basically passed and basically essentially accepted, that's hard to say, essentially accepted over here, which actually could have some really big changes when it comes to games, and as well, some cool things going on with Hideo Kojima, which I'll be very curious to go and see if we're going to actually see him take part today in the Game of the Year Awards, which actually will be going up pretty soon. If you guys want to go hang out on the Twitch channel, I'll make sure to go be live and co-stream that up for all of you guys. But some kind of cool stuff, some holiday stuff, some general like patent stuff, and as well, I think tomorrow we'll actually have a pretty nice in-depth video too in regards to the PSVR. So, a lot of cool stuff to go and talk about as well. And if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. We also have the Amazon links down below for the PS5 digital console and controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100, you guys go get free stock and free money. Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency, you guys go and get free Bitcoin. Those are always linked down below. Let's go dive on into the video itself. So, as I mentioned, we actually have some very nifty information and kind of seeing what is like the most sought after present. What's the most sought after gift? What's basically the main thing that everyone wants to go and find and buy? And I'm sure you guys could probably go and tell by the title, thumbnail, and all of that. It's, of course, number one, a lot of electronics, and number two, consoles. So I want to show you guys this. We actually have some really cool stuff too as well to go and cover off with the Sony news. Let's go dive into this first and foremost. So it's actually kind of a cool little nifty thing over here from the AT&T, where basically they have a chance to, because as you guys know, they are a phone provider, but as well also are an internet provider too. So it's kind of easy for them to kind of go and see the overall general searches, search history, search trends, which you know honestly might be a little bit scary in some places, but at least for this is intriguing information. So for this, they actually compiled up a big, like kind of just, I guess, statewide graph of what people are going for. So this is basically the gifts Americans are searching for this holiday season. So it has each state's most searched holiday presents, and as well kind of the state-by-state breakdowns too. So whether you guys are start shopping for advance or for last minute, basically presents, overnight packages on Amazon, the holiday season is the perfect time to find a unique gift for the people in your life too as well. And as well too, they also have the AT&T folks, like I said, are able to kind of go look and see and experiment pretty much what everyone else is looking forward to too as well. Funny enough, Baby Yoda and weighted blankets were pretty big in 2020. This year, a lot of folks have moved towards tech gifts, and I'm sure you guys can probably go and guess on what that actually is too as well, in case you guys are trying to get ideas or just want to go and see. But kind of intriguing information. Some of the biggest things we've had a chance to go and see. Let me move my webcam maybe right over here. PlayStation 5s, which you guys can already see quite a few of them on the map itself, pretty high. TVs, obviously, a lot of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and just general updates for TVs. Nintendo Switches, funny enough, do kind of make their way in here at least a little wee bit. iPads too. Kindle's Instant Pot, which is kind of surprising to me, but that's like, I don't even know what even state that is, so that's like a Wyoming or something over there. And then we have the Roku players too, which is also kind of somewhat intriguing on why it's so like overall big. You'd just maybe imagine more of a smart TV, and AirPods, which would kind of make sense, you know, with Apple being also not such a big bull run right now in the stock market. So kind of fun to go and see this, but one intriguing thing to note, and I'm not sure if you guys already noticed it or not, but if you guys did leave a comment, the Xbox Series X is legitimately not on any of these states, and that's kind of somewhat surprising to me. I do know quite a few folks are still intrigued to want to get their Xbox Series X's, don't get me wrong, but I'm also kind of genuinely surprised that we don't see a single one of this on this entire map. Now, we do see a few like the more Midwest states. As you guys know, I live in Illinois, and I'm a little bit somewhat disappointed in my state, or maybe there's a lot of folks in Illinois already have their PlayStation 5s, who know, but we basically like TVs over here. But if you guys want to go look through the overall general map for you guys to go and see, we see quite a few PlayStations. That's why it might be a little bit harder, because obviously quite a few states are still trying to go and find their consoles. Same thing too as well with the Switches. I can see at least like 5 or so of them out there mixed on in. A lot more of the Northeast too as well have a lot more of the PlayStation 5s kind of just subtly mixed on in over here, but there actually is a lot more PlayStations than you kind of would go and expect. I would almost want to say that's somewhat bad news, but as well as somewhat also like PS3 loves company news, where there's a lot of states out here where the major focus are still on like Switches or PlayStation 5s. So at least you guys are not alone, but especially with so many more people trying to search for it, that definitely does not go and show a good sign, especially with this holiday season. Might be a little bit harder too as well, especially with so many folks out here trying to go get their consoles. And I'm sure you guys know these next 3 weeks, especially with the holidays, it's definitely gonna be a little bit harder. I've had a lot more parents, dads, moms, even grandparents sending me emails, sending me tweets, sending me pretty much everything, trying to find anything they can to go and find their kids' consoles. But you guys even go look down the south, say up in Texas, you have all these other various locations, like here's like 5 states all together. Some of them are like, maybe not doesn't seem as big on this end, but some of these states are kind of collected over here. You guys can see like 3 states with this mixed on in. So just letting you guys know, it does seem like the searches have gone up quite a bit for these consoles, quite a bit for the PlayStation 5s, and I also, just based on my own Twitter, my YouTube comments and everything, kind of a bigger influx for just everyone, families, parents especially, trying to get their consoles for their kids, which I always do find very, very wholesome, so shout out to the parents over there. But it does kind of seem a little bit harder to go and get, especially with it has like a little bit of a, like kind of a lull for restocks this week. So hopefully you guys can all get it ASAP, and always make sure you guys are subscribed. I'll help you guys on out. And once again, very intriguing seeing that there's no Xbox Series X's anywhere on this map itself. There's a little bit more information too mixed on in, as you guys can kind of go and see, but it's kind of just intriguing more so because the number one thing was all for everyone, the PlayStation 5. And then the second most popular list was obviously on the TV 2, and also this was over 1.25 million searches just for the Nintendo Switch alone. Only 6 states were really, really high up there on the Google shopping trends. So very intriguing on this, but definitely goes and even says in this article, PlayStation 5, #1 top search thing, which might make things a little bit harder to go and find their consoles. So very intriguing information on this. Now for the part 2 of this video, very, very cool potential future PlayStation 5 updates going on. And this is in regards to Sony having a brand new, brand new successfully patented Death Stranding style environmental changes. So Sony and Hideo Kojima actually kind of have somewhat of a dual patent mixed on in, and also could even have ties in with future Kojima games, Death Stranding, like another edition, which would be kind of surprising, and as well just for overall maybe just game environments in the near future. So Sony basically has been approved for a patent for player-influenced gaming environments, like now to Death Stranding, where if you guys do remember seeing Death Stranding, there is different types of weather, there's different types of weather environments. If you did certain triggers on the map, it actually would change up the environment too as well. Very, very intriguing gameplay mixed on in for this, either suggesting something to maybe for a part 2 of this, so Death Stranding 2, which has been rumored quite heavily, and especially with how well this niche game has done and how Kojima does like to do the trilogies, think, all of his other various games out there would actually make a lot of sense, or just for future patents. But basically, the patent was submitted by Sony Interactive Entertainment in 2019, and it was officially granted yesterday, December 7th. It does go and credit Hideo Kojima as the inventor, and as a summary of the patent describes, the invitation of a terrain radar and gradual building of a route in a virtual environment of a video game. Going into more detail, the summary describes it as a method for influencing a gaming world of a video game, and plots out a way for online players to affect the terrain of single-player worlds, which are delivered to localization, single-player versions of the game through a cloud gaming system. If you guys ever had a chance to go and play the original director's cut and/or / just whatever the normal Death Stranding, you actually were able to go and build different teams like such as roads. You could also go and have like little cool like zip lines and a bunch of other little various things, charging stations, etc., which depending on which kind of cloud you are a part of, you are able to go and utilize those things in your map. So pretty much every single person had a slightly different gaming experience, and as well collectively people were able to go put like, say, basically build like a huge highway and kind of rebuild America, rebuild the game. Very unique system mixed on in that I actually do want to credit to Kojima. Probably one of the first times we've seen that instances, and actually was done very, very well. So this kind of just also like approving this copyright, and also might be working towards future games, future Sony games, and as well as Death Stranding 2. This method also determines that a first path has been traversed one or more times by one or more characters, and then explains that it changes the first path based on the number of times the first path has been traversed by the one or more players. These characters seem to refer to other online players, as the filing describes cross-pollinating the first path after it has been improved across the polarity of virtual environments. Further down, the patent describes pathways that physically widen based on how many players have walked around it. So maybe a good example too for that would be like, hey, like you have like maybe a forest, and then you have the first character going through like the pathway, and there might be a few footprints or maybe like snow, etc. And then maybe as you have another 10,000 players, maybe that random like wooden grass path, maybe it turns into just random dirt. So it looks like an actual proper pathway. Think like in a 1700s medieval type pathway. Or say maybe you're in like snow and basically maybe the snow gets cleared out because you've had so many people go in through like a steam line, basically frontline thing. Very, very cool. I love the idea and concept of this too as well. And this basically is like a lot of concepts that were built in Death Stranding, which with a brand new patent would also make sense in why they'd want to maybe work on a Death Stranding 2 and how it can maybe affect future Sony games and how they change up the world. So very, very intriguing ideas mixed on in with this. Some kind of cool holiday things mixed on in with all these search seasons, and as well, very cool Sony updates and patents being popped on in. And as well, thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure you guys are following, make sure you guys are subscribed, follow up the Twitch for the Game of the Year Awards co-stream, as well as also the Twitter too as well if you guys want to follow. Sign up for Weeble if you guys want to go get some free easy money in stocks, Coinbase too as well if you just want to get free crypto, and of course the Twitter, and subscribe for the PS5 giveaway. And we'll have a few more videos all throughout the rest of today. Love you guys.